over there playing peanuts.
What's the difference with, specifically with podcasting, and let's even just say success, with New York comedians now and LA comedians?
Well, I think New York comedians tend to try to be funny.
I do have a serious hatred for the LA comedy scene.
Now, are you in over at the store? Can you?
No.
You can't get spots?
They're chumps.
Outside of the newly built Comedy Mothership, the Comedy Store in LA and the Comedy Cellar in New York are debatably two of the most famous comedy clubs in human history. In fact, it would be nearly impossible to name a single modern-day comedian who wasn't a regular at the Store or the Cellar at some point in their careers. But the way these two clubs treat comedians, specifically ones from the opposing city, could not be more different. On paper, most people would assume the New York club might act more cold and cliquey towards outsiders, while the California venue would be more open-minded and accepting. But in reality, it seems to be the exact opposite.
The Cellar gives us everything we want.
The Cellar treats us like kings.
They should.
They're the best.
Everything we want, they make us feel like at home. We love it there.
I love the
And
Cellar.
I'm mad that our club doesn't have the same.
It should be reciprocation.
It should be reciprocation.
Right.
It should feel the
It's
same.
like, East Coast and West Coast rappers. No more war.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, reciprocate. Yeah.
Reciprocate.
Y'all not give a about death row?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
It is, they do treat, I mean, the people over there at Cellar, I've talked about on the show, they treat, it's so nice.
It's not just
and
nice.
it should feel that way when guys come here.
I prefer it in a weird way.
The Comedy Store has gone through many different ups and downs during its remarkable history, from the original glory days with Richard Pryor to the first dark ages, followed by the return of Rogan in 2015 and the insane comedy boom that came with it, when the nightly lineups at the store would be 10 of the best comics in the world, performing one after another. However, most people in 2023 would argue the Comedy Store is experiencing another dark age. Obviously, Joe Rogan and Mitzi Shore aren't around anymore, and almost all of the star power in comedy right now seems to be located around Austin, Texas, and New York City.
I do have a serious hatred for the LA comedies.
Oh, I want to hear all about it.
They're chumps. They're all phonies. It's the worst.
Every single one of them.
God damn, they're all so addicted to their fame that they're so afraid of it going away that not a single one of them has. They used to. A couple of them had some morals. And then Diaz left, Segura left, and it's just like, what is even left there?
Yeah.
Who's at all standing up for the right side of shit?
Yeah.
They're garbage.
Who is it now? And who's running the Comedy Store now? It's like, Rogan was like the guy, I guess that's like when a vacuum's created after like Paul Castellano gets whacked. And then you're like,
or Saddam Hussein leaves.
Or Saddam Hussein leaves. You're like, does the U.S. military need to go into the Comedy Store and try to set up a,
I think it's more egalitarian now. It's pretty cool. I'm sorry.
Oh, that always works.
Like an equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people like Fahim and Santino are just like, everyone's just having a good time doing stand-up.
This is why it's so bizarre to think established joke machines like Mark Norman and Sam Morril would be having any sort of trouble getting spots at the store right now. These New York guys are capable of instantly adding value to any comedy lineup in the world, and it's insane to think that there's venues who wouldn't want them as a surprise or announced guest. Maybe 3 years ago it could have been hard to squeeze in an outsider on nights like this, when you had Tom Segura, Chris D'Elia, Anthony Jeselnik, Joe Rogan, Theo Von, Joey Diaz, Andrew Santino, Donnell Rawlings, and Tony Hinchcliffe all going up one after another. But today, only 3 of those names remain in Los Angeles, and out of those 3, one of them is currently banned from the Comedy Store, and another one is flirting with moving to the Big Apple himself.
Wanted to change though. I do want to come here for a while because I want to feel something different for a while.
What do you want to feel?
I just want a new scene, man. I want to work the clubs here. Mm-hmm. And I also want just a little bit different.
Trying to find yourself, you know?
Yeah.
This is your India.
You know what? This is. You know what I've said before? I'm 40 this year.
Yeah. Oh shit!
I don't like
Me
midlife
too,
crisis. I like midlife assessment. You're reassessing where you're going and what you want.
I hate the term midlife crisis. I think it is.
That's
the
why I
most
don't say assessment, dude. I say it's a midlife
Y'all
assessment.
sound so old, dog.
Yeah.
One of the weirder parts about this entire situation is that all the comedians themselves seem to be in agreement, yet not much progress has been made so far. Besides when Bobby Lee made this promise to Mark and Sam on We Might Be Drunk.
What I'm saying to you is this, okay? Is that you can't just show up and go, I want to go up right now.
We're not doing that.
I know, but if you come in, we know you're coming through, right, on a Sunday like everyone else, and you call and go, I'm available these nights, they will give you spots.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I go through my agent just because I'm scared of getting rejected.
Just text me.
Okay.
And I will text Emily, and I will do it for you.
Wow.
This seems pretty complicated.
It's not complicated.
No, it's gonna
you're
work?
making it complicated.
Okay.
Because the thing is, your butt's hurt.
Ooh,
and I get it.
Wow.
No, I get it, Sam, because you deserve it. You deserve any spot that you get. But, there was a system in LA that was set a long time ago.
Sure.
Right? And, things, institutions, it takes a while for them to change.
Sure.
But we're
Okay, Catholic Church. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of established New York comedians, there's a brand new podcast featuring Bobby Kelly, Dan Soder, Joe List, and Louis J. Gomez called The Regz that premiered earlier this month.
Bobby, you just picked and chose.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one. You did. Yeah, you did. We all Louis sent me.
You were late. You were late.
Yeah.
You were late.
I wasn't late. I was on time. Guys, I just want to let you know they don't do this on Protect Our Parks. They don't fight like this.
What is that?
The reason we're doing this again.
We're taking them down.
Why are we doing
Let's
this?
just be straight up about it. We're taking them down.
We are.
We're taking down the boys.
We are.
What are we?
We are the Wish version of Protect Our Parks.
We're low
we
budge.
are Wish.
We're
We are.
low
We are.
budge
We are
Protect Our
Protect Our Parks at home. No,
Louis.
By the time we're done with this pod, all four of us are going to leapfrog all four of them. Guaranteed.
First of all,
Guaranteed.
the Protect Our Parks is great. I love Joe and all those guys.
You Joe?
I love Joe Rogan and his butt, dude.
The concept behind starting the show was to take 4 of the biggest you-know-what-dude fan favorite regulars and put them together to create a new spin-off podcast. The first episode performed really well on YouTube, with over 185,000 views in just 12 days. If you're a fan of Gas Digital or You Know What Dude, you're really gonna love this podcast because the vibes are extremely similar, which is basically 4 funny dudes arguing with each other about stuff that literally doesn't matter at all for almost 2 hours. Guest spots from last week: The Joe Rogan Experience had on Tim Dillon and Post Malone. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. Kill Tony this week was with Brian Moses and Matthew Broussard. YMH talked with Yoshi. The Tim Dillon Show featured Eli Roth. Flagrant had on That Mexican OT. Mike Cannon was on Hey Babe. We Might Be Drunk was a huge episode with Jeffrey Asmus, Brian Simpson, Daniel Sloss, and Ali McCosfie. Jared Freed was on Stavi's World. And Jordan Jensen and Rick Glassman were the guests on The Adam Friedland Show.
Adam, tell me that you're sad because you lost a lot of money in a little further away shot.
I'm sad because I lost a lot of money.
Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't think that's good acting.
You're wrong. Stop for 1 second. Go closer.
I'll show you good acting.
But let me make my point before you show me good acting. Now let me show you tight. Now say it again.
Rick, I'm pretty sad because I just lost a lot of money.
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's not good acting, and I'll show you good acting.
Okay.
I want to try next.
No, reverse. So to him.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not in a
No, I was
good
saying,
mood.
that was directing to Adam. Adam to him.
Sorry, I'm just in a bad mood.
Why?
I just lost so much money.
So as an actor, you have to know where the camera is, and
I'm 3 steps ahead of you, bud.
This past weekend with Theo Vaughn had on Ric Flair. Whiskey Ginger spoke with Dana Carvey. The Blocks Podcast talked with Adam Devine. Taste Buds battled Batman vs. Wolverine. Sam Talent was on The Honeydew. Jim Norton was on First Date. Tyso had on Lisa Gilroy. Are You Garbage was Just the Fellas. Corey Feldman was a guest on The Harland Highway. You Know What Dude talked with Matthew Broussard. And Tiger Belly had on Andy Richter. As far as new stand-up specials are either out right now or coming out soon, Matt McCusker's Speed of Light is out right now on YouTube and is quickly approaching 1 million views as we speak. Nick Griffin also has a new special out right now on the 800-Pound Gorilla channel that comedy fans have really seemed to be enjoying so far.
Your shit is so good.
Thanks, buddy.
And if you're not watching,
Killer.
watch his Letterman sets.
Yes.
Watch his new special, absolutely wonderful. It's just like it's great for literally every generation because it's
relatable.
Like it's relatable and it's just such
Smart.
concise, smart writing and
it's got emotion in it. You somehow pack a lot of emotion in these quick, punchy jokes, which is hard to do.
We also have a few new specials that are in the works right now, but coming out soon. Trevor Wallace just completed filming for his special in Austin, although no word on a release date yet. We do have a release date for Joe List, however, who will be uploading his new hour to YouTube on August 18th at 10 p.m. Eastern. With all of this new comedy coming out soon from so many different talented comedians, it's harder than ever to stay up to date with all your favorite guys, which is why it's so important to subscribe to Joke World if you want to stay in the comedy loop. And for all you longtime subscribers who are interested in some free Joke World stickers, we just got about 200 of these new What's the Deal with Airplane Peanut designs that we're sending out completely free to whoever fills out the form in our Instagram bio. Please be sure to include your full mailing address so we can ensure that these arrive safely and on time. You're also going to get some regular Joke World logo ones like the sign behind me, as well as this new design, What's the Deal with Airplane Peanuts. Thank you for watching.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.